From a kangaroo who was stuck in the middle of the river to a live baby kangaroo that got trapped in the middle of a forest fire, here are some of the most heartbreaking animal rescues that will leave you in tears. The helpless fawn is battling against a relentless current as this sorrowful family stumbles upon it. While the mother and child anxiously watch from the shoreline, the father desperately manages to rescue it in the nick of time. That was really sad. Prepare to be crushed by grief with heart-wrenching animal rescues that will leave you utterly heartbroken. A little kangaroo swam to the middle of the river and got really tired. The people on the boat saw it and quickly went to help, but they realized that putting the kangaroo in the boat would be too upsetting for it. So they came up with a different plan and decided to give the kangaroo an amazing adventure instead. With the help of a lighter and a screwdriver, this man cleverly managed to rescue a hedgehog trapped inside a plastic bottle. It's incredible to see how exhausted the hedgehog was after the ordeal. We're not sure why this duck family ended up on the highway, but we do know one thing. They would have been run over if it weren't for these bikers. The bikers attempted to guide the ducks across the road, but it proved to be too frightening for the birds. In the end, the bikers had to catch the ducklings with their own hands, causing the mother duck to fly away in sadness. The bikers could only hope that all the cars on the highway would stop for their rescue mission, and luckily, every driver halted. Now the family is back together and out of harm's way. Everyone ignored the tiny baby hedgehog, desperately parched and near death from thirst. Everyone, that is, except for one kind-hearted man. He took pity on the pitiful creature and offered it water, showing genuine willingness to provide the help it needed. Check out this brave man. He fearlessly swam across a fast river to rescue a young deer from drowning. The poor thing wasn't even breathing and had to be revived. I really hope its mother hears its cries and can come to nurse the young deer back to health. An elk found itself trapped in a swamp, struggling to keep its head above the water with little strength left. It required the efforts of 5 people to rescue it from this perilous situation. Just take a look at how tired and drained it appears. It was truly heartbreaking to witness, and I sincerely hope that the 5 people were able to successfully bring the elk to safety. This clever hare knew just what to do when it needed assistance from a human. It found itself trapped in a wooden rail and began seeking help. Thankfully, there was someone kind-hearted who was willing to lend a hand to this young hare in need. While this girl was busy recording a TikTok video, her dog accidentally fell into the pool and started struggling to stay afloat. Thankfully, she heard the splash and immediately ran into action. Rushing to the pool, she swiftly rescued her distressed dog who was desperately crying out for help. The deer is in a desperate situation, struggling to escape from the water, but it can't see anything because there's a can stuck on its head. Unfortunately, the guy nearby couldn't swim out to help, so people had to use a boat instead. However, the deer was so scared that it kept swimming away, causing water to rapidly fill the can. Just when people were about to save it, the deer went under the boat. In the midst of a forest fire, a firefighter came across a surprising sight: a baby kangaroo that was still alive. If it weren't for the firefighter's timely arrival, the flames would have claimed its life in just a few moments. Thankfully, the baby kangaroo is now safe in caring hands and has even been given a name. A gigantic whale shark made its way to a diving spot, seeking relief from excruciating pain. It was clear to see that it was desperately calling out for help and looked incredibly sorrowful. The poor creature had been trapped by a rope around its body for a long time, but at last it has been set free. The fox was incredibly famished to the point where it didn't feel scared to come near humans. It was both astounding and saddening to witness its clear display of hunger and desire for food. However, the man only had a Snickers bar, and without any hesitation, he selflessly gave it to the fox. During a walk, a group of goats became entangled in ropes, causing one of them to start suffocating. It was a distressing scene to witness as the goat fought desperately for its life. Unfortunately, by the time the owner realized what was happening, the goat had already stopped breathing. However, the owner refused to give up and performed a life-saving act by breathing directly into the goat's body. It was a truly remarkable and heartwarming rescue of an innocent animal. Trapped in a freezing canal for many days, the poor fox was unable to find an escape. With despair taking hold, it clung to a sliver of hope, yearning for humans to come by and offer help. Miraculously, their presence manifested, rescuing the fox from its sorrowful plight. We don't know how long this mama bear had been protecting a dumpster in the middle of a lonely road, but it's certain that her 3 babies wouldn't have survived without the help of these courageous people. It's fortunate that these humans were there to assist the adorable little bears in their time of need. The python was extremely famished, willing to devour anything in its path. However, nobody anticipated discovering a 1-meter-long towel inside it. Thankfully, veterinarians promptly intervened and provided assistance to the reptile, offering nourishment and aiding the hungry python. For an agonizing 3 days, this helpless young elephant endured the torment of standing to avoid drowning. No matter how hard people tried, they couldn't rescue it by pulling from above or pushing from below. By some miracle, they eventually located an excavator that could assist in freeing the unfortunate creature from its predicament. A young calf ventured into the ice and couldn't be rescued through conventional means. The rescuers made a daring decision to attempt a risky approach by using a helicopter to blow it off the ice. Fortunately, thanks to the brave men in the helicopter, the calf was saved from its dire situation. After enduring 6 long years with a tiger strangling its neck, this sorrowful crocodile mustered the courage to approach humans, seeking an end to its agony. To its astonishment, the compassionate humans surpassed all expectations, providing the much-needed help to free the distressed crocodile from the tiger. Now it can finally live a life of freedom, liberated from the burden that tormented it for so long. In a desolate swamp, a deer had remained stranded for such an extended period that it had resigned itself to a tragic destiny. However, a group of individuals chose to challenge this belief and demonstrate that the animal's life was far from over. Meanwhile, in another heartbreaking turn of events, a foal was left without a mother right after being born. While desperately seeking a morsel of food, the unfortunate skunk found itself ensnared and experienced a level of fear it had never known before. Fortunately, this compassionate woman chose to put aside her preconceived notions and extend a helping hand to the distressed creature. In the midst of an outing to the river alongside his loyal companion, nobody could have anticipated the heart-wrenching turn of events that awaited them. Nonetheless, this determined man was ready to face any adversity to ensure the survival of his beloved dog. Through his unwavering efforts, he emerged victorious, successfully saving the dog's life. Undoubtedly, he will be more cautious, ensuring to check the water's temperature in future endeavors. Get prepared to experience overwhelming sadness as you watch yet another emotionally devastating video of an animal rescue that is bound to bring tears to your eyes. In the vast expanse of the desert, the desperate cries of a baby camel would have gone unnoticed by any human ear. Yet, as if by a stroke of sheer fortune, a man appeared on the scene, bringing a glimmer of hope. With immense compassion, he orchestrated a reunion, reuniting the lost youngling with its longing mother.